How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to the MGSR server. On today's plan, we're going to be transporting the villagers over to this room right over here. And in the last video, we created a design for the villagers to stay in that's going to be going inside of this room. So I'm going to hop back into my creative world to show you guys this design in case you missed the last episode. So this is the design right here. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep the buttons or not, but this is the general design with the quartz pillars and the stone brick. So this design is going to be going on both sides of the room, and this is going to be the design from the back, and there will be glass on that back wall. So that way the villagers can stay in a 1 by 1 by 2 space. That way it's very easy to trade with them. But if I get some glass out here, I'll show you guys exactly what it's going to look like with the walls that are currently in that spot. So the glass is going to be right here. And if I can place a piece of glass, there we go. So the glass is going to be right there, and then I can put the villagers in through this little hole right here. And then I can keep creating these holes for the villagers to get inside of. But I might just make the stone brick part for now. That way I don't have to make the quartz pillars in this episode. Also, while I'm transporting the villagers, I'm going to try my best if I see quartz to grab it, because I'm going to need tons of quartz in order to make some quartz pillars, because I don't think I have that many back at my base. But now I'm going to hop back into the MGSR server to start crafting this up, and I will see you guys once I get there. Thankfully, near the end of the last episode, I put some cobblestone in here, so I have plenty of stone cooked up that I can start crafting up some stone bricks, as well as a few stone brick stairs. So I'm going to start crafting up these stone bricks as well as some stone brick stairs, and I'm going to check in with you guys once I have another update. So I'm done completing this side of the stone bricks. I just need to put the upside down staircases, and then I'll be done with the stone bricks on the side. And now I'm actually going to work on the other side, and I will see you guys once I have that crafted up. Alright, this side is done too. Now I just have to put the upside down stairs, which I'm going to be working on right now. And as you can see, there's a 5 gap in the center, which is what it should be. So now all I have to do is apply these upside down stairs and then make the sections in the back for the villagers. And then I'm actually going to start transporting the villagers from the village through the portal and then back over to the underwater base. And it's going to be a long process. I'm not sure if we're going to finish it in this episode, but we're actually going to be using rails to transport them, and I don't think I have that many rails, so it's definitely going to take a while because I also don't think that I have that much iron to start crafting up some more rails. But I'm going to finish this, and then I'm going to start hopefully finding some rails in the chest, but I will see you guys once I have this finished. Alright, the sections are now complete for the villagers to go inside of, and we're actually going to bring them in from the top. And hopefully it's not too difficult to bring them into their little sections. But now I'm going to empty my inventory a little bit, and we're actually going to be grabbing the rails as I previously mentioned, because that's the only good way to transport villagers, especially if there is a long way to go. I could also use a boat, but of course there's no water in the nether that I can actually put a boat on top of. But now I'm going to grab some rails, and I'm going to walk on over to the village inside of the portal and make sure everything's working smoothly with the portals. And I will see you guys once I get over to the village. Before I actually go over to the village, I'm actually going to craft up some minecarts because I need about 7 or 8 minecarts because there were 7 or 8 villagers in the village. And I'm actually going to grab some upstairs where we had that little rail system. And as I had predicted, I don't have that much iron left to craft up some more rails, but looks like I have about 2.5 stacks, which should be pretty good. It's definitely going to take me longer than if I had about 10 stacks, but it'll do for now. And I'm going to grab these minecarts right here, and I'm going to hop on this minecart and go over to the other side to grab those other 2 minecarts. And then after this, I'm going to head on over to the village, and then I will see you guys once I get over to the village. That actually is the village I just checked, but now I'm going to build a rail system through this long tunnel all the way back over to the underwater base. And it's definitely going to be a long process, but hopefully either in this episode or the early part of next episode, I can actually have villagers inside of the underwater base. So now I'm just going to make this rail system until I run out of rails. and I will let you guys know once I have them all placed in. I really didn't get that far, but now I'm actually going to delete out. And this is actually where the villagers are going to be going temporarily when I bring them to this end of the rail. And as you guys can see, I actually do have some rails still left in my inventory, though I'm going to need those rails at the village to help me get the villagers into the portal. So now all I need to do is use my redstone torches and light up these powered rails, because I'm not going to get really far without having these powered rails. And I'm actually going to start on the other side, that way I can end on the portal. So let me just walk back over here and start powering all these rails. And then I'm going to start transporting the villagers to this spot, and hopefully it won't take me too long to get all the villagers over here. So I will check in with you guys once I have another update. Alright, so I'm heading back over to the village now, and I'm actually going to show you guys how to start transporting these villagers. But first let me sleep the night, that way I don't have any creatures shooting at me or exploding me when I'm trying to transport these villagers. In the last episode, I actually thought there were about 7 or 8 villagers over here. Let's just make sure before I start transporting a few that there actually are that many over here. And there's a few in there, and I think there is still around 7 or 8. Looks like there is some sort of creature over there. But luckily, no villager got hurt, doesn't look like. It looks like there are some in that room. But I'm actually going to bring this guy over first. And to do that, all you have to do is grab a rail, and then you can put him on a minecart as long as there's a rail below. And then he should be on the track, and all you have to do is just get him into the portal. So I'm going to set that all up, and I will see you guys once I have it all set up. Alright, so all you have to do is make a wall, something like this. That way the villager can't get out. And then delete the minecart, and you should go right into the portal. And what the heck? I don't know what is happening here, but let me just try and push him in, maybe. Okay, that's weird. Let me try and get up here, and then I will push him in, and he should go to the portal, which looks like he did. I don't think he died from the suffocation of that block. Perfect, here he is. Now all I have to do is just get him outside of the portal, and then from there I can put him back on a minecart and then get him on the track over to that location where this rail ended at. So I'm going to maybe have to delete behind this portal just to get him on the minecart, and then I will push him through the portal to get him on this rail. Alright, I finally got the villager over, and all I have to do is put a minecart under him and give him a push, and he should go over to the other side. So let me give him a push here, and I really should add a powered rail somewhere over here, but there's one right there. And as you can see, he should make his way over to that location. So I'll see you guys once I get over there. Alright, here we go. Here's the first villager, and actually should delete that one. And I don't want him to fall down that ramp right there, so let me just delete back here and push him into this area that I dug out for them. And there we go. Just go somewhere over there. And now I'm going to start transporting a few more villagers, and I will see you guys once I have a few villagers at this location. I now have 4 villagers in here, and I think there are about 3 or 4 more left. So I'm just going to keep working, and hopefully I can get them all in here pretty quickly, because right now it's actually taking me longer than I was expecting it to. But hopefully I can get some villagers in the underwater base before the end of the episode. I'm not actually seeing that many villagers over here, and I think there were about 6 or 7. So hopefully I can find about 1 or 2 more, but I'm really not seeing any. So let me do a lap around here and see if I can find any. I couldn't find any more villagers, so now I'm actually going to delete this rail, so I can move the little villagers along the path a little bit farther closer to the underwater base. And I'm actually going to leave this path here, though I am going to delete the rails so I can use them as I just mentioned. So I'll see you guys once I have another update. I'm actually not that far from the underwater base, and hopefully after this round I can actually bring them all the way over to the underwater base. But now I'm just deleting some nether quartz here, and I actually deleted my other pickaxe that had efficiency on it. This one only has silk touch, but it's okay, I'll have to craft up another pickaxe and then delete them later. And now I actually don't have to hold more than 5 rails on me, because I don't actually have to move the villagers too far, because they're all in the same location. I originally built this dugout right here, but I actually don't need that one because I had about 30 rails in my inventory that I didn't know I had. Alright, I now have a few villagers over here, and I'm just going to push this guy over here, just a little ways. Whoops, no, don't die. Let me delete it from up here. Okay, good. I don't want these villagers to die, especially because I think I only have 6 villagers. So I'm just going to keep transporting them all, and we're so close to the underwater base, as I mentioned in a previous clip. But we're almost out of time for today's episode, so let me just finish transferring the rest of the villagers over here for today's episode. And then in the next episode, we'll actually be finishing it, as well as finishing the pillared courts for the design that the villagers are actually going to be in inside of the underwater base. Alright, I just finished transferring all the villagers, and actually there is a hole right here, so I can't actually delete the block to get the rails, but I'm almost done here, and this villager actually needs to be pushed over a little bit. There we go. And these are all the villagers here. We actually only have 6, and I was hoping for more, but maybe we'll find some more in another episode at that village, or maybe some got blown up by some creatures. I really thought I'd make it over to the underwater base, but I'm just shy, probably about a stack or 2 shy of rails. But I'm actually going to bring the villagers over here in the next episode, and I'm going to head back to the underwater base now, which is actually just right up these stairs right here, and then from there it'll be the cobblestone wall, which will bring me over to this tunnel that will bring me over to the underwater base. And right over here there are cobblestone stairs, which means I actually have to delete those cobblestone stairs in order to add some rails, or I might just push the villagers all the way down, but I don't think that's going to be as efficient. But in the next episode, we'll have to figure that out because I'm almost out of time for today's episode. Unfortunately, that's all the time I have for today's episode. Be sure to hit that like button and that subscribe button and set post notifications to all, because there are new how-to GTA videos coming out every day, as well as MGSR Server videos coming out twice a week. You can also follow me on Instagram at MGSR Gaming. Otherwise, I will see you guys tomorrow for our next GTA how-to video, as well as an MGSR Server video. Click on the top left to watch a video that YouTube recommends for you, and click on the right to subscribe.